Hi everyone, my name is Hương Nguyễn. I am the Academic Manager from Graduate Research and Research Training, Swinburne Research Office. As a course director, it is my complete pleasure to welcome you to Graduate Certificate in Research and Innovation Management, or GCRISM for short. In this video, I'd like to brief you on 4 main points. Firstly, in GCRISM overview, I'll explain briefly why this course is delivered, who undertake this course, and how it is structured. Secondly, in 2 core units overview, I'll present the 2 core units learning outcome, structure, and assessment. Thirdly, I'll guide you through some frequently asked questions. And finally, I'll suggest how to study this course effectively. Let's start with an overview of this course. GCRISM has come into being out of 2 main contexts: the Australian National Doctoral Education context and Swinburne University of Technology Research Development Strategy. In Australia, there has been a mismatch between Australian doctoral education approach and postdoctoral employment reality. The Doctor of Philosophy or PhD was traditionally aimed to create a class of professors to work in academia. However, over the last 20 years in Australia and globally, including North America and Europe, postdoctoral employment has shifted from predominantly university-based to predominantly industry or government-based. This is due to various macro-environmental factors such as rapid growth in the number of PhD graduates, fewer ongoing academic jobs, and increasing demand for research-trained employees in the emerging knowledge-based industries. In this new environment, Australian universities have started to reform their doctoral education. Most universities now provide PhD students with not only research supervision to create an independent research thesis, but also coursework and work-integrated learning opportunities. At Swinburne, we aim to develop globally competitive, higher degree research graduates for rewarding careers within and beyond academia. We created the GCRISM. This course is provided concurrently with applicable PhD courses. And that brings me to the next question. Who is required to complete the GCRISM? In late 2017, GCRISM was offered as a choice to students within the first 3 months of their PhD enrollments. In January 2018, the course became compulsory for both local and international onshore PhD students, with the exception of students who were already enrolled in established formal or informal coursework PhD courses. This GCRISM will, at a later stage, be offered at Sarawak and to other offshore PhD cohorts. Next is structure. As a graduate certificate, GCRISM is located at level 8 of the Australian qualifications framework, with a PhD located at the highest level of 10. Students are required to complete a total of 50 credit points, which comprises 4 units, 2 cores and 2 electives, at 12.5 credit points each. The 2 core units are Project Management for Research and Creativity and Innovation in Research. The 2 electives can be related to 1 or 2 of these 4 learning areas: disciplinary knowledge, research methodology, teaching pedagogies, and work-integrated learning. Swinburne Research will deliver the 2 core units, and faculties and other university academic units will deliver elective units. The 2 core units must be completed by PhD confirmation or by 12 months full-time equivalent. The 2 electives must be finished by PhD completion or by 36 months full-time equivalent. Next, I'll move on to the 2 core units learning outcomes. By successfully completing the first core unit, ENF 60016, Project Management for Research, students will be able to 1. Identify key processes, tools, and techniques for managing the various aspects of a generic project. 2. Examine how these key project management processes are applied in some workplace or business projects. And 3. Apply these key project management principles to make their own doctoral research plan. By successfully completing the second core unit, ENT 60016, Creativity and Innovation in Research, students will be able to 1. Identify key principles and tools in creativity and innovation. 2. Evaluate, adopt, and adapt these key creativity and innovation principles in their doctoral research. And 3. Create their own research impact canvas. In a nutshell, the ultimate tangible outcome of project management for research is a 3-year doctoral education project management plan, which details what outcomes students plan to achieve out of their doctoral candidature and what strategies they will apply to help them achieve these intended outcomes. For creativity and innovation in research, the outcome will be a clearly written doctoral research impact canvas in which students explain how their doctoral research project is likely to make a contribution to theory and or practice. That brings me to the 2 core units structure. We apply a blended learning approach in both core units. The majority of these activities will be conducted online. Students are expected to commit at least 24 to 32 hours of self-paced online activities via Canvas or Blackboard, a 4-hour workshop, and about 100 to 107 hours of non-specified learning activities. The workshop will be run once a month, often on Friday afternoons in Hawthorne. In the workshop, students will orally present their draft version of the project management plan or the doctoral research impact canvas and get feedback from their peers and the workshop facilitator. Ideally, students should attend these workshops in Hawthorne campus, but if students are unable to attend these in person or are not based in Melbourne, we are flexible with their participation. Depending on the specific number of students, the workshop facilitator can conduct a separate online workshop via Zoom, or students can send in their narrated PowerPoint slides or join a face-to-face workshop via Zoom. Students should register for only 1 workshop per unit that suits their availability and study plan the most. Next, assessment. In both units, there are 2 assessment tasks: a 5-minute oral presentation conducted at the workshop and a 2,000-word written report. To ensure that students will receive timely feedback from the lecturer, tutors, the oral presentation must be completed by at least 60 days, and the written report must be submitted by at least 45 days before the confirmation of candidature. So, in brief, I have presented to you an overview of the course and the 2 core units. All in all, there are 3 key milestones in undertaking this series. At PhD commencement, students are automatically enrolled into 2 core units. Once started, students should also plan to select 2 electives. As mentioned above, during the first 12 months of their candidature, full-time equivalent, students must complete the 2 core units. And by PhD completion or by 36 months full-time equivalent, since enrollment, students must have completed 2 electives. In brief, I have presented to you an overview of the course. I hope by now you have had a good idea of what CCRISM is all about. In the next part of the presentation, I'm going to brief you on 10 frequently asked questions, our expectations, and some advice on what students should do to get the most out of this course. Question number 1. Are there any fees for students undertaking CCRISM? The answer is, students enrolled in a Swinburne PhD will not occur in fees for the CCRISM. The course is a fee-exempt or Commonwealth-supported place for domestic students. For international students, the fees will be included into the PhD. Question number 2. Is it compulsory for all PhD students? The answer is no. Students in programs with already established formal or informal coursework components are excluded. These programs are, as you can see on the screen. Please note, the CCRISM will not be immediately available to Sarawak students or offshore PhD students, but this may change in the future. Question number 3. Is prior credit allowed? The answer is, the maximum level of credit that can be granted for the CCRISM is 25 credit points, normally 2 units. It is expected that all students undertake the core units as the unit content are directly linked to the PhD project. Prior credit can be considered for elective units, and this involves submitting a written proposal via an online application. Question number 4. How is the enrollment and elective selection process managed? The answer is, students are automatically enrolled into the 2 core units at their PhD enrollment. Students must self-enroll into electives via eStudent. Before enrolling into electives, students should consult their supervisory team to ensure they are the most relevant to their research project and/or study objectives. Students are also required to contact the unit convener to confirm suitability. For further assistance with enrollment in elective units, please email your course advice specialist for your discipline, as outlined below. Question number 5. How is the course being delivered? Swinburne Research will deliver the 2 core units. Faculties and other university academic units will deliver electives. These can be online, on campus, or multimodal. The 2 core units are activated on student enrollment and delivery mostly online. Therefore, students can choose to undertake the compulsory units at any time during their first 12 months full-time equivalent, but as soon as possible after enrollment. However, electives may be delivered according to semester or term guidelines, so therefore, students must check the unit outline for each elective unit carefully to plan for appropriate preparation or scheduling time to enroll in the desired elective. This will help avoid disappointment. Question number 6. Can a student graduate from their PhD without also completing the requirements for the award of the thesaurusum? The answer is generally no. The PhD has been re-accredited to include the completion of the thesaurusum as a requirement, except where otherwise approved by the Pro-Vice-Chancellor, GRNRT, Graduate Research and Research Training. Question number 7. Is it possible to exit with the thesaurusum without the PhD requirements? The answer is it is possible for students who do not complete the PhD requirements to exit with a graduate certificate of research and innovation management, providing the thesaurusum requirements have been met during the enrolled candidature period. Question number 8. What qualifications will students receive? The answer is at completion of both the PhD and the thesaurusum, students will receive 2 distinct awards: Doctor of Philosophy and Graduate Certificate of Research and Innovation Management. Question number 9. How is the program being rolled out to students? At this stage, as mentioned above, the thesaurusum is being delivered only to PhD programs which do not already contain compulsory coursework. The thesaurusum will, at a later stage, be offered at Sarawak and 2 other offshore PhD courses. Question number 10. Where can I find more information about the course? Well, you can find more information about this course via the course information page or email thesaurusum@swin@edu.au. In short, I have provided answers to the 10 most frequently asked questions. This table summarizes the key points of contact which directs students to who to go to for help. But before making an inquiry to your tutor, lecturer, or the unit convener, please review the table provided. By directing your inquiry to the most appropriate person, you will find a resolution quicker. All university context and facility information like room locations can be found on the Swinburne Internet. So familiarize yourself with that also. And this table lists all the contacts for course advice specialists. And that brings me to the last point in my presentation, some key course expectations. The thesaurusum teaching team know you can succeed in this thesaurusum and your PhD studies, and we are here to help you. However, this is a team effort, so first and foremost, students should take responsibility for understanding course unit expectations. Secondly, for the 12.5 point unit, students are often expected to spend from 135 to 165 hours to achieve the unit learning outcomes. This time is for attending lectures and tutorials, participating in online learning activities, contributing to online discussion forums, and completing all assessment pieces. However, doctoral students may spend fewer number of hours to complete a unit if they have relevant prior knowledge or experience related to a unit's contents. Thirdly, your Swinburne student email address is the main point of communication between the university and students, so it is necessary that you log in and check your Swinburne student email regularly. You are also expected to regularly check Blackboard or Canvas, which is Swinburne's learning management system. Blackboard or Canvas has all the information for your subjects that you need to successfully complete. It is regularly updated, so you need to keep checking in. Apart from thesaurusum for core units, Swinburne also provides a number of research training workshops. These notices are sent to your Swinburne email address, and you're welcome to attend whatever ones you feel are most useful.
And a final piece of advice is that you should seek support not only from your supervisors, but also from your PhD fellows. The two core units online discussion forums will provide you with resources for completing the two core units, but more importantly, they also help you form a network of students who are on this journey with you. Your connections will also deepen your experience and help support you along your PhD experience. In summary, in this presentation, I have briefed you on 4 key points. First, GCRISM overview. 2. Two core units overview. 3. GCRISM frequently asked questions. And finally, GCRISM study advice. Perhaps the key takeaways from this presentation for commencing PhD students is firstly, planning, planning, and planning. By reviewing the course outline and knowing where you would like to see yourselves at the end of the PhD and each of the unit, it will be easier for you to get there. Prepare now and let the weeks unfold. Secondly, know that you are supported. We want you to enjoy this course and do your best. But if you need help, just let us know. Thirdly, check in with your emails and Blackboard or Canvas regularly. Doing this will prevent any unnecessary surprises with date changes and other key information. So all in all, to get the most out of your CCRISM, plan well, regularly speak with your supervisors, seek support from both supervisors and peers. This is your journey and it can be as easy as and enjoyable as you would like to make it. It just takes your input. Good luck.